If you accidentally drop a stitch off of your needle and you see that you have something that looks like this, before you panic and rip your work out and start all over, there is an easy way to fix this problem. You can do it with or without a crochet hook. I'll show you both ways. And as you can see here, I'm working on a stockinette piece of fabric. You can pick up the stitch from either the right side or the wrong side. I'm going to show you both ways. If you prefer to pick up from the front side, because it is a little less fiddly than doing it from the wrong side of the fabric, you can just turn your fabric around so that the front side is facing you. You want to find the loop or the stitch that hasn't unraveled yet, and if you're using the crochet hook, you want to make sure that it's about the same size as your knitting needles, if possible. So take the stitch that hasn't unraveled, and that's where you're going to start. Just put your crochet hook in from front to back, like this. And then you're going to pick up each of these unraveled stitches one at a time until you're back at the top of your work. So I'm just going to grab this first one here and pull it through. Grab the next one, pull it through. And I'm going to grab my last one here and pull it through. And you want to make sure that you put your stitch back onto the needle so that it isn't twisted. And there you go, ready to continue working as if nothing had happened. Now if you don't have a crochet hook, it is just as easy to fix. Again, you'll want to find the stitch that hasn't unraveled yet and take your right needle and put it in from front to back, and then you're going to pick up each strand one at a time like you would with a crochet hook. Just pick it up like that, and then grab this stitch here and pull it over the strand that you picked up. And the next one, pick up that unraveled stitch, pull the first one over, and then again place the stitch back onto your left needle so that it isn't twisted. And you are ready to continue knitting as if nothing had happened. Okay, so here we have the stitch dropped on the purl side. And like I said, it's a little more fiddly to do it from this side, so you may just want to go ahead and turn your fabric over so the right side is facing you. But to do it on the wrong side of the fabric, you want to make sure that your strands are in front of your loop, like they are here. And then you're going to take your crochet hook and go from back to front this time. And then you're going to pick up each of those stitches one at a time. And there may be an easier way to do this, but this is how I do it. With your fingers, pick up that strand and just give yourself a little help pulling it through. And then I'm going to just move this so that the strand is in front of my loop. Put my crochet hook back in. You can see that this is quite a pain to do. But what I'm doing, my crochet hook is through the loop from back to front. I have my strand here, the dropped stitch. Put that on your crochet hook. Grab the loop and pull it through. And then I'm just going to move that strand in front of my loop. Crochet hook goes from back to front. Put the strand on the crochet hook. Pick up the loop. And the stitch goes back onto the left needle. Oh, maybe. There we go. So that's picking up the purl stitch with a crochet hook. So to pick up your purl stitch without a crochet hook, again keeping your strand in front of the loop, you want to put your right needle in from back to front and pick up the dropped stitch, and with your right needle just pull it over like that. And then I'm going to move this like that. There may be an easier way to do this, but this is the way that I know. So going into the loop from back to front, and then you pick up your dropped stitch and put it on your right needle. With the left needle, you're just going to grab that first one and pull it over. And then I'm going to move my strand in front of the loop. Needle goes in from back to front and pick up the drop stitch. Left needle pulls the stitch over. And you can put it right back onto your left needle and continue knitting like you never even made a mistake. And that is how to pick up dropped stitches with or without a crochet hook on stockinette fabric.